What's up, fire signs? How y'all doing? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We're going to take a little look here tonight and see the person you're dealing with and their true intentions. My necklace has got all messed up here. Hang on. There we go. Okay, cool. Their true intentions. I haven't done this in a long time, man. This used to be my favorite thing to read, and then I started noticing everybody was doing it. I don't know who started it, but once I saw everybody else doing it, I was like, I don't feel like doing that anymore. But it's been a few years since I've done it, so let's jump into it. So this is going to be one mini reading for each fire sign. One for Aries, one for Leo, one for Sagittarius. If you are in need of a personal reading, the information is in the description. And for those of you who missed the memo, this week, the weekly live readings are going to take place on Friday, okay? Because Sunday is Mother's Day. And on Saturday, my daughter has a soccer game, so we're busy this weekend. So Friday, the 9th, is going to be our next round of the weekly live readings. 11 a.m. Pacific time, same time, just a different day, okay? And by the way, you can pre-order anytime. They're read in the order of which they come in, okay? All right, let's hop into this. Aries. Let's see, how am I going to start this out? Aries, y'all are always my guinea pigs. You know how I roll. I guess let's just get a quick general energetic overview of Aries' situation. Quick, general, energetic overview. Strength card. So, hang on. Ooh, the Emperor reversed. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of sporadic messages here. And a lot of back and forth. So some of you could be receiving a lot of mixed signals from this person. Horrible communication. And it almost kind of feels like secrets being kept, you know? And like here, the funny thing though about mixed signals and mixed feelings and mixed emotions and with all this back and forth. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. I'm talking about Ace of Swords reversed, Ace of Cups upright. Emperor reversed, Moon card upright. See the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? See how that works? So some of you may be having a hard time distinguishing whether or not this person is genuinely trying to have something serious, if they genuinely have feelings for you, or maybe they just don't know how to communicate their feelings, or maybe they're just straight up playing fucking games. I don't know, man. This is kind of telling me you're getting close to just throwing in the white towel on this whole situation. Okay, well, I mean, that's the reason why we're reading this situation. Okay, the signs I have on the table. Leo could be a fellow Aries for some of you. Also have Pisces here. Got Cancer right there. Yeah, you can't really tell if you're intuitively picking up on something that's off about this person or if you're just tripping. All right, well, okay. We're going in circles now. Now the moment of truth. Let's see. What are their true intentions? And in this right here, I'm going to focus more on intentions than I am feelings. What's this person's true intentions? Do they want something serious? Do they want to actually be with you? Or are they just fucking playing games with you? What's this person's true intentions at the deepest level? Ooh, they're guarding their heart. Ah, okay. They guarding their heart. Whoops. King of Swords. Yeah. You know, and the Queen of Cups reversed. They're guarding their heart, dude. honestly, for those of you who suspect that this person may have really strong feelings for you and they just don't know how to communicate it, you're closer, you're warmer than anybody else. So, yeah, this person feels an abnormally strong connection with you, and they don't like that. They don't like that. That makes them feel like you have power over them. And they don't like feeling like somebody else has power over them. You know? Now, at the end of the day, who cares if you have that power over them or not? It all boils down to a trust issue. I don't think they trust anyone to have that kind of power over them. So they're trying to keep their emotions in check. They're trying to figure out a way to dim the switch a little bit and make it so that it doesn't feel quite so intense. And the quickest, fastest, easiest way to do that is to make you think that they don't have quite as strong of feelings as they do. You know, because as long as you think that, well, you're less likely to try to use that against them if you're unaware of the power that you have. So, should I do advice spreads? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do an advice spread, I guess. What's the advice for Aries with this situation? What's the advice? Eight of coins reversed. Well, don't ever allow yourself to fall into a place where you're trying really, really, really hard to get someone to like you or to see your value. I don't know who needs to hear that. Don't know who needs to hear that, but you shouldn't have to bend over backwards to try to get someone to see your value, to get someone to see the truth about you. At the end of the day, I'm just going to throw this out there. People see in you what they want to see in you. They're going to see what they want to see. If somebody wants to see the good in you, they're going to see the good in you. If somebody doesn't want to see the good in you, if somebody is looking for the bad in you, I promise you they're going to find the bad. And if they can't, they'll invent it. Oh, yeah, they will. Oh, yeah, they will. The sooner you can learn this. And this isn't just in love. This is across the board in life. Love, friends, family, co-workers, business partners, acquaintances, friends, enemies, you name it. If somebody doesn't want to see the good in you, there's nothing you can say or do. I remember I had this conversation with my daughter when she was really young. She was really upset because somebody doesn't like her, and she was crying, and she said, "How do I make them like me?" I told her, you don't. You don't make anyone like you. And she didn't understand. So I said, okay, let me ask you this. Can you name me somebody you don't like? And she thought for a minute, and she told me the name of somebody she does not like. And I said, let me ask you this. Could that person do anything to make you like them? She said, no. Exactly. You don't want to like that person. Therefore, there's nothing they can do to make you like them. Ta-da! People are going to see what they want to see. So after a certain point, if you've done everything you can to show somebody who you are, and they don't see it, they're never going to. The only advice that I can give is start coming up with an idea in your mind as to when you're going to draw the line. I'm not going to tell you when to draw a line. Not going to tell you that. But I will tell you that a line does need to be drawn. Because if you don't draw a line, it's going to spin in circles. All right. Leo. Mm-hmm. Leo. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get a quick general energetic overview of the situation Leo's dealing with. Quick general energetic overview. Straight out the gate. 7 of Swords. I'm not going to speak on that yet. Hang on. 2 more shuffles. 2 more. Boom. World card. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know why, but you are really, 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 really starting to lean into thinking that this person you're dealing with is just straight up full of shit. Like there's a part of you that probably started off as a small part, but it's been spreading like a wildfire and becoming a bigger and bigger part of you the more time rolls on, that just does not trust this person. There's this little voice in the back of your mind. It started off as a whisper, and now it's starting to get louder and louder and louder. And now it's getting to a point where I think you don't want to not trust this person. I don't think you're looking for a reason to not trust them, but you just can't shut this voice up. You can't shut this voice up. It's screaming so loud in your head that this person is lying to you. They're playing games. They're misleading you. They're manipulating you. And it's getting harder and harder to ignore that little voice inside that's telling you that. And that's about all this is telling me here. Some of you dealing with a Cancer. I also have Aries, Pisces. Okay. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. All right. Well, moment of truth. Let's see their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Does this person have solid intentions with Leo? Are they a person of respect, dignity, and integrity? Or are they a dishonest, deceitful, lying, manipulative, backstabbing little fuckbag? What's this person's energy look like? What are their intentions? Ooh, King of Pentacles. Okay, that's not horrible. Not horrible. I mean, the King of Pentacles is a pretty trustworthy individual. Ooh, 6 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. 2 of Pentacles reversed. Devil card reversed. Well, okay. Okay, so are you picking up on something that's off about this person? Yes. But is it what you think it is? No. No. And this is very normal. I think we all do this to one degree or another, Even the most intuitive people on the planet struggle with this, where you get this intuitive download that something's off. And as soon as you get an intuitive download, the ego immediately gets to work trying to put the puzzle together and figure out what it is, right? And the way the ego is designed is it's designed to keep you safe. That's one of the main, when it all comes down to it. There's a lot of things that the ego is good for and a lot of things the ego is not so good for. one of the things that the ego is really, really, really good at is coming up with ways to try to keep you safe. And therefore, when the intuition is telling you that something's off, the ego's red flags go off. Bang, 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 bang. So it immediately defaults to the worst case scenario. And I don't think that's quite what it is. This right here is also kind of depending on who this person is to you. Like if you come to me for a personal reading, that's one of my first questions to you is, who is this person to you? It feels like the majority of you who need to hear this message are dealing with either a new person or potential new person, you know? Because it just feels to me like this person really has their guard up and wants to make 100% sure that you're not the toxic one. Also, too, this person, I don't know if you're dealing with an earth sign or what, but they all about their goddamn money and their goals and their career and their finance. I don't know how successful this person is. They don't necessarily have to be successful, per se, to have goals, you know, and not want to let anybody in their life that's going to pull them off their path, you know. This kind of sounds like I've been in this place before where I remember when I very first decided that I wanted better for myself. And I'm tired of the games. I'm tired of the bullshit. Tired of being fucking homeless and living under bridges and eating out of trash cans and doing drugs and drinking and living like a fucking lowlife. I remember that. I said, you know what? Everybody leave me alone. Everybody. And you're only allowed in my life if you're not going to drag me off path, you know? So I get it. I've been there. And I think that's where this person is, whether they're successful or not. I think they do have goals and they don't want to get too close to anybody until they know that you ain't going to be somebody that just comes along and destroys their whole path, you know? Man, that can happen in the dating world today. You see it happen all the fucking time. Somebody got so much shit going for them. They've been working so hard. They let the wrong person in, let their guard down, and that person will completely sabotage everything they got going on, you know? And I don't know if this has happened to them before. Maybe for some of you it has, but they don't want that to happen. Let's grab some advice here. What's the advice? What's the advice for Leo? Ooh, 7 of Cups. Magician reversed. King of Coins again. Well, okay. Okay. Well, first I'm going to tell you what the cards are telling me. And then I'm going to bend and twist the advice a little bit to see if I can maybe give you a little bit more leverage over the situation. Honestly, what this is telling me is that if you're expecting this person to soften up and open up any fucking time soon, it ain't gonna fucking happen. You may as well go explore other options. That's what the cards are telling me. But I will say, well, okay, let me put it to you like this. How long has this been going on? Has this been going on for like a long, drawn-out, extended period of time? If you've been dealing with this person for more than 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year, it might be about time to fucking boot, scoot, and boogie, honestly. But if not, if this is something relatively new, just understand that in order to prove yourself to somebody who has their guard up, First of all, at the end of the day, I just got done telling this to Aries. You can't make anybody see you any way at all. But if we were to assume that this person does want to see the good in you, you got to give it time. Time, patience, and consistency. You got to show up, show out, be who you say you are, do what you say you gonna do, make sure your actions match up with your words match up with your actions, day in and day out consistently, and don't break character. You shouldn't have to break character because hopefully you're not being fucking fake. If you're being real, there is no character to break, right? So, and even at that though, that's not a guarantee that they're going to see the good in you. Now, I'm not saying do this. I'm saying if you do want to increase the chances that this person will let their guard down and let you in, that's the way you go about doing it. Can't say I would fucking do that. I mean, let's don't get it twisted. I have. Oh, I've spent way too much fucking time in my day trying to get somebody to see me for who I really am. And in my experience, this is just me, it was a waste of time every fucking time. Every time. Thank you, Irene, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Every time I found myself doing that, it was always a waste of time. I figured, you know what? I know what I bring to the table. I'm fucking authentic. I'm real. I'm honest. You know, and this person's going to see it. Nope. That's been my experience, personally. You know? So, just take that information and do with it what you will, I guess. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Let's get a quick, general, energetic overview of the situation Sagittarius is dealing with. Quick, general, energetic overview. Situation Saggy is dealing with. Boo-boo-be-doo. Ooh, 10 of Wands reversed. Oh shit, Tower card. Wow, this is kind of telling me, wow, this is interesting. What? This don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. So first of all, the first two things that yelled at me were the 10 of Wands reversed and the Tower card. So what this yells to me immediately is you're tired of this shit weighing you down. You're tired of carrying the burden of this situation. You're ready to just let it crash and burn and fucking end it. But then look what fucking came out right after that. The King of Cups. The Lover's card. The Two of Cups. Not just something that you can fucking walk away from very easily. Not something you can just brush off your shoulder. That's interesting. Some of you could possibly be questioning whether or not this person is your twin flame. Now, I'm not saying that it is or it isn't. I don't touch that subject anymore. I made the decision about 4 years ago to back away from that subject. But I will tell you this. If you come to me for a reading and you ask me, is this person my twin flame? There's only one card that I will accept as a yes to that question. There's only a tiny handful of things that can only be answered by one card. 99% of anything you could think of could be answered in any fucking combination of cards and placements and positions and whatnot in different ways. But the twin flame connection is one of the very few where I'll only accept one card, just one. One card, one placement, one position. Boom, and that's it right there. So, just saying. So this is probably one hell of a confusing situation. Maybe for some of you, there's a third party in the mix. For some of you. Maybe you either caught this person or you suspect that this person is juggling you and somebody else. And of course, inconsistencies. That's probably going to come out for fucking everybody. Mixed signals, sending mixed messages, hot and cold, on and off, in and out, acting one way one day, another way another day, that type of shit. Okay, well, some of you dealing with a Gemini. I also have Libra. Okay, could be anybody. Those are just energies. All right, well, now the moment of truth. TROOF, truth. What's day truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Mainly intentions. That's the main thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for intentions more than feelings here. All right. What's this person's intentions at the deepest level? Person Sagittarius is dealing with 6 of Pentacles. Three of Wands reversed. 10 of Swords. Empress reversed. Yeah, well, there's definitely another energy involved here. Now, I have a very specific way that I word things. And I've coined quite a few phrases in the spiritual community. And one very important distinction that I want to make, especially in regards to a situation like this, is the difference between a third party and a third energy. Okay? Third party situations happen a lot. Third energy situations are happening to probably 98% of the fucking relationships that are going on right now. What a third energy is when somehow, some way, you are bringing somebody else's whole fucking energetic aura into a situation with somebody else. And that can manifest itself in so many different ways. Either A, I'm still in love with that person and I really want to be with them, but I'll be with you just to fill the void. That's one way. C, I hate them. I don't ever want to see them again, but they take up every square foot of space in my head. So I don't even have the bandwidth to connect with you because this fucking other person lives in my head. Right? Or I'm planning on reconciling with a person from the past. There's so many different ways that this could manifest itself. But I do think there is a third energy involved. There is somebody else that owns every square foot of space in this person's head. Every square foot of space. So with the 7 of Swords reversed, do I think they're playing games with you? No. In their mind, they mean well. In their mind. And you know what? I've been that person too. I've been in a situation where I got into a relationship while somebody else owned my thoughts. Now, I had no bad intentions. I had every intention in the world of just leaving that behind and being honest, loyal, and faithful to the person I was with. I wasn't playing games. I was being serious. I was really wanting to settle down with this person, but this other individual owned my thoughts. I've been there. So this is why I'm reading intentions okay? The reason why I'm reading intentions is to give you the opportunity to make an informed decision as to whether or not you will excuse shitty behavior. That is the most idiosyncratic, unique, private little relationship between an individual in the universe that you could possibly have. I can't tell you that you should or you shouldn't do that. Because that's different for everybody. You know? There's some things that if I know your intentions, I'll let it slide. You know, it's still not cool what you did, but I know what your intention was, so all right, I'll let it slide. There's other things where it's like, fuck your intentions. You crossed the line. Nope, I don't care how you meant it. I don't care what you thought. No, you crossed the fucking line. Done. Deal breaker. Don't care what your intentions were. Where you draw that line is different for everybody. So that's why I'm reading intentions, is to give you the opportunity to draw that line where you see fit. Let's get the advice. Let's grab the advice. Six of Swords reversed. Well, this person gonna have to open up and communicate what's really going on deep down inside, or this ain't never gonna go nowhere. As long as they're still keeping this shit to themselves, like most people do, you know, most people do. So I would just say, how long are you willing to wait and see if this person's ever going to open up and be real about this? How long should you have to wait? You know? I'm not going to tell you how long to wait. I'm not going to tell you how long you should wait. I'm just going to ask you, how long are you willing to wait to see if this person's ever going to open up and be real with you about what's going on deep down inside? Because I got news for you. I got news for you. You want to lay a solid foundation? A solid foundation. Rock solid. Fucking indestructible foundation. Y'all better be able to talk to each other about anything. Anything. Even those uncomfortable conversations. Y'all better be able to talk to each other about anything. If you can't, hey, I'm not saying you can't lay a foundation at all, but it ain't gonna be very fucking solid. You're gonna be laying a fucking foundation on beach sand. All right, I feel like those were the messages that my fire sign family needed to hear, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is right down there in the description. And for those of you who missed the beginning of the video, I have an announcement to make about the weekly live readings. The schedule is going to be changing up here soon. And starting this week, we're going to be doing it on Friday. Okay? So Sunday is Mother's Day. Saturday, my daughter has a soccer game, so we're busy all weekend. So we're going to be doing the weekly live $25 readings on Friday, May 9th. Same time, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Same deal. You can pre-order anytime. And remember, you don't have to sit and wait through the whole live stream, waiting on your reading if you don't want. You could easily order a reading right now and come back on Saturday. Look in the comments. There will be a comment with all the timestamps. And you can click on your name and boom, your reading will pop up. Very simple. Anyway, though, all that information is in the description, y'all. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.